Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Amelia and Nick from Sylvan Esso. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Good today.
Beautiful day here.
Yeah, it's
That
gorgeous.
helps.
Feels like fall, sunny,
Crisp in the air.
wisp.
Put on a flannel this morning.
Yeah, heavy
It's
shirt.
It's my favorite time of year, sweater weather. You have the fall candles going. You try to step on all those crisp leaves. It's just wonderful outside
I
today.
love a layer.
Crispy.
Right?
Crispy.
Love a good layer. And well, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying your time over there, but a huge congratulations is in order as your new album Free Love is officially out. So I would imagine that sitting on an album is so difficult, especially after all the time that you put into it. So how does it feel that it's finally out there and that everyone can enjoy it?
It's a mixture of really wonderful and that people can react to it. Because we're in COVID, we can't tour it. So there's a certain releasing a record is always bittersweet for me, which is something I forget every time until I release it. And I'm like, I feel so sad. Why? And we can't tour, which means that it almost feels like the end of Charlotte's Web when all of the eggs are going away and going like, goodbye, goodbye. And Wilbur's like, wait, and crying. I'm Wilbur.
Yes.
The record is the baby spiders.
In this metaphor.
In this metaphor.
She's Wilbur.
Right.
I'm
I always
the pig.
appreciate specifics. So thank you.
That is one half of it. It has also been great. It's like, I think that a thing that is both good and bad about it is the thing that everyone's missing right now is this feeling of connection. And so we both feel its absence right now and feel its presence. And it's tough and it's great. I'm grateful that people get to hear it.
Exactly.
Well, it's also a nice distraction for people at home who might need that kind of comfort or who are alone right now. Like I know, although we can't look forward to gigs or concerts, album releases have been something. Anytime a band I like puts something out, I'm like, yes, finally something new, because it just feels like Groundhog Day over and over. So have you kind of been dealing with that as well?
The Groundhog Day thing? Of course. Oh my God.
100%. But we've also been, now is this fascinating because we put our record out 2 weeks ago and then we're doing a cool secret project for a week. This week has been so strange in that I feel like we're finally actually dipping into what everyone has been experiencing for this whole time of being like, what do we do?
So we're going to make dinner again then? Or
Yeah. I think we're going to make a new record.
We're going to watch The New Girl again tonight?
I love watching The New Girl.
Have you been binge watching just a ton of different shows? Because I find myself just running through them. Like every single streaming app that exists, you can find me on. It's kind of bad.
Especially the comforting stuff. I feel like now's the time to
thing.
lean into the comfort. You know, we dip back into Star Trek: The Next Generation, which is like the ultimate comfort show to me.
Yeah, me too. That really helps. But we've also been watching like The Vow, which makes me so fucking mad. Sorry.
You can swear. Go for it.
Okay, great.
It's encouraged.
That and Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. We're going to start Emily in Paris because my cousin says it's the best hot trash.
I have like one episode left. It's so silly and stupid that like you love it.
Oh, that sounds great. That's all I want.
Yeah. It's one of those mindless ones where like you don't really have to pay attention and you catch little jokes here and there. It's pretty perfect for what we're living in.
That sounds great.
Just trying to get through.
I've also been playing a really beautiful and sad and sweet and delicate game called Spirit Farrier, where you're a little girl that's ferrying. You're the boat person. You like run a barge that all of these spirits live on, and you get them their favorite meals and talk to them about their parents and their trauma. And then when they're resolved, you take them into the afterworld. It sounds goth, but it's really quite Disney.
It's pretty goth.
Is it goth?
I mean, it's like Disney goth. But you're literally taking like hedgehogs to their death.
Yeah, but
Disney-goth.
Yeah, it's cool. That's kind of my vibe.
That's totally, it's dead on for you.
Well, of course, we were talking about promoting the record and how it's a little bit difficult right now, but you guys actually are doing something super, super cool, which is the fact that you have not one, not two, but 3 live streams that you'll be doing to promote it. So first off, how much are you just missing live shows? Because I think we all are. And I love what he just did. He was like, give me a second. Give me the floor.
Yeah.
Go for it.
100%. We do a thing called Philosophy Baby. It's
Yeah.
a stupid internal meme that we have. It's based off of a baby that we saw in an airport one day who was chucked over his mom's shoulder and was just reaching
Backwards.
back.
As
Oh my
as like this.
gosh.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about live shows.
Philosophy
Good description.
Baby. Yeah. Yeah, we all have seen Philosophy Baby. at one
Yeah,
point
we
or
all
another.
know what
We all know
Philosophy
what
Baby's
Philosophy
about.
Baby is. But yeah, I mean, like normally we're on the road like 9 months a year. You know, like we tour like so much.
Yeah, then we do press for another month. I think it's 10 months.
We do it because it's like our favorite way of interacting with people who resonate with what we're doing. Like it's this awesome way to like catharsize this thing, and it makes the whole thing kind of make sense for us. So that's been the biggest struggle for us, is figuring out a way to find those same connections with people in a way that doesn't feel like inauthentic, which I think like a lot of stuff on the internet and social media and that stuff, I think it's very easy for me at least to feel like it's fake or I'm faking that.
Definitely.
Or, you know, whereas if I'm in like a conversation with somebody or we're at a show and we're just having the natural loop happen.
Yeah, it's because the subtlety of communication is lost on the internet.
And it all just feels like an actual performance rather than like an exchange.
Yeah. Maybe it only seems like a performance to us though, because we have to do it for our jobs in a different way. I don't know.
Maybe that's true.
It's
That's
an
tough to say.
interesting it's interesting to think about that way, because I have so many friends who are online, and you know, it's more normal for them because they just go on, kind of tweet about their day, whereas we actually have to promote stuff and push stuff and tell people what we're up to. So it does kind of feel a bit more planned and put on, even though you can be super genuine and happy behind the scenes of what you're pushing. So it's kind of fickle. I've not struggled with it, but I've definitely thought about it the same way you were kind of just explaining.
Yeah.
So when we were working on these shows, though, we started thinking about like, all right, well, every time we watch a live streaming show and it's set up like a normal show, there's this kind of inherent sadness that sets in for me at the end of the first song when no one claps.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so we were like, how could we lean into what's possible in this format that's not possible when we're on tour? So it's like we try to make them much more intimate. You know, the camera's like right next to us. Like we're facing each other the whole time. We're just trying to do these things that are like, that lean into what could happen in this zone that could not happen.
Exactly. Normally. The goal is to not point out how different from a live experience these streams are. It's to point out like what you can do when you get to have the camera be like right here looking at what we're doing.
I'm excited about it. So for everyone watching, you can stay tuned for From the Satellite. It's going to be their fall virtual tour. I'm really excited to tune into it. I know it's going to be fun. And just the way you described it, the intimacy, the fun of it, it's going to be a blast. And there was something in specific I wanted to ask you about, because I do like what you guys post on Twitter. It is very genuine and funny. And one of the tweets that stood out to me was, TikTok is so mad about my armpit hair. So... Do you get a lot of people writing you like, what's going on? Like, what was kind of the deal with that?
I think what happened, I think what happened is like, one, like I'm not a TikTok guy. Two, I think the TikTok that I did with the Ferris wheel dance someone tweeted back at me and was like, your TikTok got on the right side of Twitter as opposed to the left side of Twitter. Which like makes sense. We're all at the mercy of algorithms. But either I get it a lot. It's usually a sign that we're reaching a new audience, which is cool.
Right.
You know, misogyny is a sign that we're doing the right thing.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy that that's true?
It is true.
That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, it's really weird that.
And it's like in all forms. Like every time bigotry comes our way.
Yeah, you know, like we can tell. Yeah, we can tell that we're like pushing the envelope and doing a good thing when we like get like a round of like terrifying Trump trolls, or like I put a thing on TikTok and people are like, keep your arms down. We don't like it. And you're like, bitch, listen to my fucking song.
I love it. It's the same thing. I'll post photographs and like honestly, ever since birth, my arms, like I'm just a bit of a hairy beast. So everyone's like, you gotta shave those, you gotta do this or that. I'm like, seriously, screw
Dude,
you.
the fucking also
Hair
the
police.
yeah,
man.
the
what is
arm,
happening there?
yeah, the hair people, just forward them to a Look Von Almonds account. Be like, hair is fucking beautiful.
The advice.
Get over your own nonsense.
Yeah,
You'll be happier.
Get over your own misogyny. Hair is great. Also, the people who shave their arms, bless them.
I couldn't imagine the commitment. I've thought about
Sounds like a lot.
like growing up, you're bullied over this kind of crap, right? And you're like, oh, what do I do? And then once I learned to embrace it, I just couldn't imagine the upkeep. That'd be so intense.
Yeah, the waxing.
Constant stubbliness everywhere.
No, can't do this double.
No. I'm glad we're on the same page here, guys. I didn't think we'd dive into this territory, but it's a deep conversation. I love it. I do want to circle back. Just one thing about the album that I found was interesting is the fact that you two would kind of split roles prior and take on different tasks. Then it would all come together in the end. And I know that on this release, you actually did a lot more together. It was more collaborative. So was that just more fun for you in the end? Because it kind of, I feel like, came through on the songs too. And I feel like when you guys always have a great relationship that goes beyond the music. So actually not having that split part two and just doing it all together, how was that a little bit different for you?
I think it's more that we just kind of started actually being able to see how we've been making music for this whole time in some ways and like really embracing that.
It's really been a linear thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think when we started, it was way more alone time, trading things over. And we literally started trading things over email, you know? So it was separated by a great distance and very alone. And then I think ever since then, we've just been slowly moving together to where now it's like, I would feel kind of weird if I, sketched out a whole instrumental without her in the room. It wouldn't feel like we made the song. And I think that's just kind of the natural progression of our creative relationship. It feels so much more satisfying to both of us when every part of it is a total collaboration.
Exactly.
I love that little nod at the end. Exactly. I second this. No, it's lovely that you're able to actually come together. And I'm sure behind the scenes doing things together too must have been a lot more interesting and fun for you. So I'm glad that it was able to work out that way. Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you two about before we say goodbye is the fact that I not only interview musicians like yourselves on my channel, but I also interview wrestlers. So I wanted to know if you were to have, I love that reaction. If you were to have your own tag team, what would you be like? Would you be the good guys, the bad guys? What do you kind of vibe your
I love that you
to?
interview wrestlers.
That
we
is
just
the coolest.
saw New Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are actually into it to even mention New Japan. Like that.
We have a friend who's like super into. He documents like minor league and like lower tier wrestling circuits, and he like recommended this one for us to go to, and it was just one of the coolest.
Yeah, and Cheryl knew a dude.
Yeah,
that was in it. Yeah, and so we got to go see before COVID. And it was so fun.
Aren't they a blast?
Absolute blast.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think we would be good guys who are probably a little annoying and always lose.
Oh, no. I think here's what we do. Like, you're the big dumb guy and I'm the small, like
we're kind of like a Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. We're a Pinky in the Brain kind of situation. And you're like, you're nice. You're like nice and kind of bumbling and very strong. And I'm like, or no. Like, yeah, you're the muscle. And I'm like the little guy.
What if a la Pinky in the Brain, we could also model ourselves after Beaker and
Bunsen.
Bunsen.
Yeah.
You could be Bunsen and I could be Beaker.
Well, exactly. I'm the brains and you're just the yeah. And it's also funny because like you're big, but you're like skinny.
Let's say lanky.
I'm excited to see this come to fruition for sure. I really do want to say thank you so much, you two, for taking the time for coming on here. It's been an absolute pleasure being able to speak with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was such a joy.
Thank you. Everyone watching, this has been the amazing Sylvan Esso. I am the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out aliciaatout.com for more exclusive interviews and features, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.